Hello. 21 days before the inauguration of President Trump, you may recall that we called 21 days of prayer and fasting for President Trump, that he would be a Jehu, ride and sweep away the house of Ahab, and that he was connected with Jonadab, the Nazarite father, the conservative evangelical movement, and that the two of them joining together in that chariot were needed for him to fulfill his purposes. Recently, I have been so grieved as President Trump is trying to do what the nation has elected him to do. It is activist judges that are actually stopping every one of his executive orders. Little judges with more authority than the president. And this is probably going to go to the Supreme Court. Literally, I want to call forth another 21 days of prayer. And I feel we need to pray and we need to rule over the Supreme Court, that God would actually use the Supreme Court to overturn these restrictions of judges, that all that President Trump, or at least the ones that God wants to be passed, would be passed to actually fulfill this purpose for which he was called. Can the church literally not give up praying for this man? Pray that he would be hedged in behind and before and fulfill what God has put him in there for. 21 days. Let's begin in these days, day by day, praying that God would restrain these activist judges. And if it goes to the Supreme Court will rule to break the power of this demonic spirit that is behind this resistance of what God wants to do in America.